Jump Festa has officially ended. Now, as much as I would like to make a video on every single piece of news for this whole huge event for Jump in total, I honestly don't think that I'm very qualified, especially since a lot of the stuff is series that I'm not entirely sure of or have covered on the channel like at all, and are in fact stuff that I myself would like to get into on my own. That and there are like a multitude of different videos on YouTube going over this type of news like continuously ever since their original reveals and stuff like that. So I'm not going to get into the Chainsaw Man Part 2 announcement, Bleach's 1000-Year Blood War arc, or any of the other countless different announcements and reveals that we've gotten for Jump Festa, though I am going to talk about some very important news regarding My Hero Academia's manga. So, before I get into this video, don't forget to like and subscribe and hit the notification bell for updates on future videos. It really does help. I made a My Hero Academia video like about a month ago or so, and it was not the greatest in reception, but I really did enjoy making that video. It's a good one, so I highly suggest you guys check it out in the title card above. And also don't forget to check out my Patreon and Ko-fi accounts, as those are linked in the description below as well. So without further ado, let's get into the news of My Hero Academia. The important news is the fact that Horikoshi stated that if all goes according to plan, My Hero Academia will end next year. Or it states in a year, so it's obvious that 2022 is supposed to be the final year for My Hero Academia's manga. I mean, we got the reveal that Season 6 of My Hero Academia is coming out in the fall of 2022, and it's going to have tough competition because Bleach is coming out with its final season in the same month, but still, we're getting Season 6 of My Hero Academia in the same year where the manga is supposed to end, meaning that My Hero will most likely have one, maybe two more seasons, depending on how much they adapt for Season 6. But the manga ending in 2022 is huge. The manga began in 2014, meaning if it ends in 2022, it's going to be finished within 8 years of publication. Something that I didn't expect. Like My Hero, I expected to end within the next at least 2 years. 2-3 years tops. But in a year, well, if you told me a year ago, back when the war arc ended, that My Hero was going to end in a year, I probably wouldn't believe you. I assumed another year before the final arc, but a year for the story to conclude. Now this is if everything goes to plan, as Horikoshi said. There's still room for Horikoshi to just add stuff into the manga, stating as just expanding the world, because whenever a mangaka does in fact state that their series will end within a certain allotted amount of time, chances are they'll end up coming with other ideas or storylines that they want to explore a bit more before reaching that inevitable conclusion, or like editors telling them, hey, you gotta extend this a bit more, give it a few extra months, give it a few extra years, blah blah blah. Now if Horikoshi is ending the series in the way he wants to, then I'm not going to be too mad about it. I'm pretty sure he's going to end the series in a pretty good way, but the matter of the fact is that My Hero is going to be ending in 2022 with 8 years of publication. Now, unless Horikoshi ends up adding more stuff to the manga as it goes on to make it last another year or a few more months or something like that, then that's perfectly fine. But with how the manga is going right now, and I'm not going to spoil anything in the manga because this is going to be for anime only as well, but with how the manga is turning out with certain plot points and arcs and certain events being played out and introduced to us only to be resolved or revealed extremely quickly, that should have been expanded upon for another couple of chapters each or explored a bit more, it just feels like it's rushing towards its conclusion. Now, after the war arc, it was announced that Horikoshi got a new editor, so it's highly possible that the editor wanted to help Horikoshi like make the series go on a little shorter to get to its ending, because it's highly possible that Horikoshi, while wanting to write the story that he wants to write, he does want this series to end eventually, and he feels like this is going to be the moment. This last year is going to be when my story that I have penned for so long will end. If Horikoshi wants to end the series, who am I to stop him? I'm a fan of his work, but I'm not going to tell him what to do with his own series. But the fact of the matter is that with how things, since the editor change, My Hero seems to be rushing towards its conclusion, it kind of concerns me. Now, with the recent stuff going on in the manga, I'm fine with everything. I enjoyed it all throughout. Even rereading it just to get any extra details or whatever, I enjoyed it, but certain aspects should have been expanded upon for a few more chapters, giving us more, well, just more of a feeling that the series is gonna feel complete. Now, we still have a whole freaking year and roughly 40 more chapters to conclude the story. Ending the story in 40 chapters, that means this next arc is gonna be 40 freaking chapters. That isn't very long, meaning that we're about to get into the final arc of the series next year, supposedly. But like I said, things change, things will be altered. You never know how My Hero Academia itself will go on, as there were rumors that My Hero was supposed to have like 8, 9, 10 movies or something like that, which even if the anime ends, they can still have multiple movie spin-offs for it. There's just no freaking way that they'll just pass that chance up. Plus, we still have Vigilantes going on right now, so that series in and of itself will most likely be concluding soon as well. Whether it ends alongside My Hero Academia is unsure, and I'm sure me and a lot of other Vigilantes fans are probably going to be upset if the Vigilantes don't at least get a mention or show up in the main title at some point, seeing as how integral Vigilantes' narrative, especially as of late, has been expanding upon not just the world of My Hero Academia, but also certain plot threads that we get later down the road, and even makes certain characters more fleshed out and adds more to the overarching story and narrative. Now, you don't have to read Vigilantes to get a better picture of My Hero Academia, that's not what I'm saying at all, but it helps build upon stuff that we don't really yet see in My Hero Academia. Hell, it even went into the overseas heroes from, let's say, the US before My Hero did. Yeah, that's kind of the thing I'm concerned about. I'm concerned that Horikoshi will end up rushing his ending and not fully explain everything he would want to explain. But at the same time, I trust the man to do what he thinks is right. What are your thoughts on My Hero Academia ending next year? Do you think it's a good idea? Do you think Horikoshi will be able to tell the story that he wants to tell and end it in a satisfying way before the end of next year? Or do you think it could end up being unsatisfying? Or do you think Horikoshi, by the time he reaches a certain point next year, like the midway point or whatever, he realizes that he can keep going a little bit longer, tell some more stories and expand upon it more, maybe extra fights or character moments to further expand the world and these characters and the eventual conflict in the end? Or do you think it's going to be a dumpster fire? Because I'm pretty sure there are going to be people online saying that Horikoshi's going to ruin the series if he's going to rush to its ending. But yeah, that's my thoughts and opinions. That's what happened in the My Hero announcements for Jump Festa. I'm excited for Season 6. I really hope that there is no movie this year, so there is more time put into this season, as, in all honesty, Season 6 should be the best season of My Hero Academia. But this isn't a Season 6 video, so I'm not going to get into it. If you want to have my full thoughts on Season 6, how long I think it should be, or how it's going to be adapted, or what to add into it, let me know in the comments down below, so I can do that somewhere down the line. Maybe it'll be my first My Hero video of 2022, for all we know. But yeah, that's all I got to say on the matter of My Hero Academia ending. I really hope Horikoshi ends it on a satisfying note and on the way he wants it, on his own terms, and not just company feedback or editorial meddling, for all things considered. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the video. This was very more or less free-formed and not really edited. This was just a brief conversation, so I kind of hope you guys enjoyed this type of news-related content. And with all that said and done, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I hope you all have an awesome day.